Alright, people, what's up? I'm not happy today. Because you want to know why? The Halo community is in shambles. Master Chief Collection is dead and broken beyond belief. They ruined Halo 2. It's the worst game in the collection now. What were they thinking? I'm going to have to do a game review episode just to tear this game apart again. I'm literally going to do a game review episode now. I'm not joking either. That's how bad they ruined this. It has Halo 4 in it, which Halo 4 is alright, but doesn't work correctly for some reason. I just can't even load up the game. And it breaks my console for like an hour or two. I can't turn on my console because the console's like faulty. I've already talked about how crappy it is a million times, but yes, the Halo 2 classic game, right freaking here, you freaking good game right here. They ruined this game. This game is like looking back on it, this game sucks even more now because it's in the collection. I ruined it just because I put it in the collection. But the problem isn't that. It's that the game is broken. You can't find matches correctly. Playlists aren't correct. You can't play Blood Gulch and Coagulation anymore, which are like two of the best maps going. You still can't join matches for the most part. Whenever the match is over, you have to find a new lobby instead of sticking with your previous lobby, which is the dumbest decision ever. Halo 3 is nearly unplayable considering they've reduced the health for your player. Also, with every game has reduced health except for Halo 4. Halo 5 just kind of sucks. But pretty much, they reduced your health. Normal health is now, the same health as in SWAT, and SWAT health is one shot, one kill everything now. And that's the way it is for Halo 2 Anniversary. It's a bit more health than Halo 3. The game runs really weird. A lot of crashes. Xbox Live Party system is part of it because of how broken it is. Some Halo 2 maps fail to load sometimes. Some maps have glitches where you fall through the map. Some maps have glitches where people will go invisible for some reason and can't be killed. You have glitches on the DLC maps, some of them, or if you do a crouch jump, you'll just walk through a wall and you'll be able to get to the freaking dev area thing, and then you get all the weapons or whatever. It's some really stupid bullcrap. Yeah, they made the game unplayable. Halo Combat Evolved, most maps are broken. There's one choke point that has been glitched out, like they find one spot to glitch into. One map just doesn't work. Half the map just crashes your game whenever you go into it. I forget what map it is. It's one of the PC-only maps. But, they literally demolished freaking Halo. What were they thinking? This might as well be the worst game I've ever played. I've actually played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on the NES. At least it works. I just said it. I just freaking said, at least it worked this second it came out. It worked. It functioned. I can say the same about Fester's Quest, Ghostbusters, Castlevania 2. I can say the same about Wizard of Oz for the Super Nintendo, Star Wars for the Famicom. I can say the same for any LJN game ever made, E.T., anything. Any video game ever made that sucks. The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, that game sucked. Any of those games, well, actually some of those games didn't work, but at least most of those games functioned, at least the ones for retro consoles, they at least functioned. Like, E.T. wasn't actually even that bad. But I can't believe that Halo has died. It's over. Halo's dead. Unless us non-degenerate players form a freaking group or some crap, we're pretty much, the Halo's just dead. It's just dead. There's no hope for the franchise if we don't do something about this. Because MCC is dying anyways because of the Halo 5 beta. People are still trying to access that for some reason. But yeah, Halo Master Chief Collection is dead. Halo on the Xbox original is pretty much dead. Halo on the PC is not as dead, but pretty much dead. Halo is dead, pretty much. And it's really bad because we have really good memories of the franchise, but too bad it's been ruined by players that just don't know what they're doing, and it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, like there's just a problem with it that I don't see. I don't see the purpose of it. So, what are you gonna do about it nowadays? You're not gonna do anything about it. So, unless we find some kind of way to reboot the older servers and everything, Halo's dead. That's all there is to it. It sucks. But Halo is dying. It's all 343's fault. They can't make a working game, that's just the problem. Halo 4 didn't work correctly. I think it's like the modern game industry is just collapsing in on itself. This all just sucks. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm gonna go outside and do some productive stuff. Maybe get you guys a few more deer sighting videos. Because that's way more interesting than having to... I have to camp! I have to camp! In freaking Halo! I've camped in Halo once before. Once. Well, if you don't count sniping, like from a high perch or whatever, that's not really camping, that's just sniping. But I've pretty much only had to camp like once or twice before. But I have to camp every single game now. I shouldn't have to camp every game now. I sucked at Halo 2 whenever I played it on the original Xbox servers. But I still remember the game being fair and balanced. I remember that. I was really good at zombies though. But I just don't know what the heck has happened. Like, they ruined the game. I shouldn't have to camp. It's because their fan base is like slobs that'll be dead in 4 or 5 years maybe. They're raiding their they're going back to their mom and their dad divorced and beat each other in front of them, and then they beat him, and then they and then he goes back to their house, he pillages food, he commits adultery, he just does all this freaking crap. And then he comes up and says, yeah, I'm gonna miss my hell. He starts choking on his freaking shin fat, you freaking degenerate human beings out there. Like, I'm not making fun of obese people, I'm just saying that's who you're catering towards. The people that are freaking degenerate, pedophiles, perverts. The community of Xbox Live has just devolved. It used to be, there was always going to be bad people in this, but there was a time whenever it was way better. It wasn't nearly as bad. But what are you going to do about it? Nothing. So I don't know what the heck to do about this, because Halo is just a dying franchise. It's all thanks to 343 Industries. Which, by the way, Frank O'Connor, if that's your name, you need to stop being an idiot. Like, what have you done? Like, oh yeah, and then that other, like, freaking stubborn idiot that works there, I forget his or her name, but, freaking half your crew, you bought off half your crew from Pandemic Studios. Do you remember them? Do you remember Pandemic Studios? Yeah, they made, you know what they made? What they freaking made? It's a lot better than your crap. Battlefront. You see that right there? Pandemic. This is a real good game right here. This is the best game ever made, in my personal opinion. But this shouldn't have to stand for any. We shouldn't have to stand for this. The people at Pandemic, they're being put under freaking slave labor now. Like, freaking kidding me. And it's partially EA's fault. It's partially EA's fault, considering they forced them to make Lord of the Rings Conquest, which I admit was not that bad of a game. I enjoyed that game. But they made them go bankrupt after buying them out. They forced them into bankruptcy, and they pretty much sent them over to Microsoft which I would have just been happier if EA kept them. You know what? If the pandemic was still around, we would probably have Battlefield 4 or Battlefront 4 coming out this year, and everything would have been nicer. Would have been a lot better. We wouldn't be in this bullcrap. But things just happen. It's really too bad because everything. It's all because they screwed up Halo and they just messed everything up. And, yeah, I don't know what the heck they did. But, it's stupid. It's stupid. But, it's just like, you never know what they did to Halo. But, I don't know. Will they ever bring back the series at all? I don't know. Because I just don't know. Because there's nothing you can do about it. They ruined Halo. Like, literally, I hate it. Freaking hate it so much. It sucks to see this franchise just fall into the abyss. So where do we go next? Where do we go next?